now we're gonna wrap up the show with I guess this. Oh, drunk women. We've all seen our fair share, of course. Drunk newscaster, I guess, goes on this crazy tirade outside a comedy club, and she apparently was being disruptive at the Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia, and she just becomes loud, she gets kicked out, and she just won't shut the fuck up. Ladies, when you're drinking and you're getting in a situation like this, shut the fuck up. Your guy or your chick, we're inclusive here, lesbians too, does not want to deal with that shit. You see this poor defeated man that has to go home with this creature. She's attractive, fuckable, but it's just like the way she's acting, it's like I would not want to be around her just because she seems a little bit like a cunt. But let's take a listen here. Drunk newscaster arrested, going crazy outside the comedy club in Philadelphia.
You guys are fucking dick eaters. That's what you fucking are. I'm gonna record that on tape. You're fucking cock suckers. I'll take my $70 and I'll swallow that you guys are fucking cock.
Probably not the first thing she swallowed that night.
I did not do shit. I stood there and laughed, and the rest of the audience like I should.
Pause. This is always the excuse. I have a couple people who own comedy clubs. Puff Mama at the Underground Comedy Club, located on Queen Street West in Toronto. I don't know the exact address. And my friend Joe, the Corner Comedy Club, located at 163 John Street in downtown Toronto. Go check out the Corner or the Underground if you want to find a great place to watch some dope comedy in Toronto. Now, they've, I'm sure, had to deal with people like this. I was just watching the show. Oh, if you're going to ask a question, why, I'm not going to give you an answer. Like these are different people that have been in comedy clubs. It's like, first of all, shut the fuck up when you're in there. The person that's up on stage is the only one that does the talking. You can turn to your friend and go, oh, that was funny. That's acceptable. But don't sit there and have a full-fledged conversation while a show is going on and make the comedian address you, and then make people like Joe or Puff Mama, who are really nice people and don't want to have to kick you out, but will kick you out because you're disrupting the show. You're in there. Shut the fuck up. So chances are this girl wasn't just, having a great time at the comedy club. She was probably being disruptive. And the way she's acting to a cop and calling him a cocksucker and stuff, she's clearly wasted. And more than likely, she was doing exactly what they kicked her out for.
Okay? I did not disrupt anybody. That guy out there, which I didn't see these two guys till the end of the show, was mad because I said his necklace looked like some anal fucking.
Anal beats.
Yeah, I just want you to take her.
Or what?
Pause. Okay, so the guy, he goes up, he stares, he knows he's on camera. It's her boyfriend, I'm assuming. He just looks defeated. He looks like a fucking pussy. That's how he, a girl like this gets a hold of a guy like that, The guy's probably like, oh yeah, this girl's nice and sweet. She's hot and, she blows me well. And then he has to take her out to a club and this is how she acts. It's like, is it worth the headache? Sometimes you gotta just keep your chick in line, man, and straighten them up when they're fucking getting out of hand there. And this guy is just like, she would probably become belligerent with him too. I'm almost positive, like she'd fucking start hitting him. And he goes up and he just shakes the cop's hand. He's just like, I'm sorry. And the cop just wants him to get the fuck out of there with the girl.
What, motherfucker? Like my asshole. How about that?
Maybe. Let's see your ass. Let's see how hot it is.
That's why nobody wants fucking police.
That's okay, ma'am. I don't worry about that.
Idiots in this fucking town. I didn't spit on you, motherfucker. It's an illusion.
Oh, she tried to sit on me.
Oh yeah, she's still being disruptive.
Smell my shoe, bitch.
Smell my shoe, bitch. She takes her shoe off.
Fucking piece of shit, scum.
Oh, fuck, would I ever want... I want you to get tased, please.
I'm not doing shit.
Oh, she's resisting now.
You arrested me for what? No, I didn't.
You just tried to spit on them.
Video. Any videotape.
You just tried to spit on them. Thanks, Will.
I just tried. Can I put my shoe on? I just tried. Wait, I just tried to spit on somebody? I just tried to spit on somebody?
Just shut up, you dumb bitch.
Stop.
Or what? What's that called? What's that called? What's that called? What's that called? Assault? What's it called? Assault? Show me videotape. You can't. That's why everybody hates you guys. Because you can't prove it. You fucking piece of shit.
Oh, Jesus, she's not
That's not an idea on me. I'm not a fucking piece of shit like you. That
Fuck.
just gets a badge because I earned it. Fucking idiot.
Jesus.
Press me. Go ahead.
Pause. She is like tearing a stripe up down this officer. This officer, how badly does he want it to be back in the old days where, you know, she wouldn't get this far with this guy. She wouldn't. They probably would have beat her at this point. Well, what? Because you earned it? Fucking piece of shit. She's a fucking cunt.
Shit. You're all a piece of shit. That's why everybody fucking hates you. That's why society hates you.
But you're a reporter.
You guys do shit like this for no fucking reason. You're arresting a girl for no fucking reason because I was just sitting in the audience.
I want to get involved, man.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh, you gotta.
Suck a boner.
No, we're gonna do a sketch here.
You're gonna fucking arrest me. But if I have my tits hanging out, my ass hanging out, you can arrest me, right?
What
Does
tits?
I look good and perky and cute?
Pause. What tits? Here, slow down there, A cup. You don't have any fucking tits, and your ass is mediocre from what I can see here.
Right? You want to keep these handcuffs on me if I have my tits hanging out and in your face? You wouldn't fucking do that, right? I work at a fucking news station, motherfucker. I work at PHL 17.
Oh, not for
You're
long.
gonna put that on the fucking news? You're gonna go that to NBC? Fucking bitch.
Actually, maybe she does have a nice ass.
Fucking hate the world.
I can't see from her leaning against the fucking wall.
No wonder everybody wants to play your fucking heads off.
Jesus. Talking about murder of cops.
You're a cunt.
I'm really disruptive because I really tried spitting in his face.
You're a cunt.
I tried punching him earlier.
You're a cunt.
Do you have ID in your bag?
Yes,
You're
I
a
do, sir.
cunt.
I'm not a fucking hood rat.
You're a cunt.
This is just in everybody's
You know what that
head.
means?
You're a
You
cunt.
know what that means?
You're a cunt.
Oh, and this one too.
Dumb bitch.
I could've.
Dumb
But
bitch.
you're a fucking piece of shit.
You're a
You're
cunt.
a
Dumb
piece of shit
bitch.
that's arresting me for no reason.
Nah.
You're arresting me for no reason.
Yeah,
That's
this is
why
so
I hate you.
tits.
Oh, I gotta stop it. She's getting on my nerves now, and I'm not even there having to deal with this situation. That poor police officer just had to listen to that ear beating. You can only imagine what some of these guys have to fucking go through. So Colleen Campbell here, formerly of whatever that shitty station she worked at, was Philly 7. Phil 7 reporter Colleen Campbell speaks out. So she's speaking out here. Yeah, I've got a fucked up face, but whatever. Shove her face in the pillow. 28-year-old Temple grad. The video of you outside helium has been viewed more than 1 million times. People are shocked by it. That's not me or how I talk or act or anything at all. I don't know what to do. I feel ruined and embarrassed for me and my family. It is you. That's you. This is the beauty of people not accepting responsibility for their fucking actions. This broad did all this shit. She got drunk. Granted, alcohol was definitely a factor in all this, but it's still her. Don't blame alcohol for the actions of you because you don't like what they were. Oh, I'm embarrassed now. And it said there was the possibility of saw your Facebook post where you raised the possibility of having been drugged. Oh, that's a lovely story. Well, was Bill Cosby in Philadelphia that night and he was slipping into some Rufinol? Of course not. It's just her story to try to justify what was going on. And I don't think drugs make you call a cop a cocksucker feet from or inches from this guy's face where that guy showed restraint. Yeah, the police told me that would be a slow process, and then they had trouble taking their blood pressure. I was so high, I was worked up. Were you high? Like, did you do stuff before then? It says, why would it have slowed the process? And then it said the nurse at the police station said if they send you to the hospital, will really delay everything. I just wanted to get out of there. I was really worried about my job. She gave me something similar to Benadryl. Then later I woke up and had a panic attack. Well, shut the fuck up again, trying to drudge up her, support. Why do you think you were drugged? Everything was foggy? Because you were drunk. And she says she only has 2 drinks of helium. And then on Facebook, you said you had 1 drink. Were you drinking prior to the drinks at helium? And then it says she bartends. And then for a margarita, and I had 2 shots an hour before. Is there anything you'd like to say to the cop and the people you acted against in that video? I feel awful. That's not me, or how I speak, or how I talk, or how I was raised. I had to delete all my social media because I'm getting threats. This is how she talks. She was just drunk. She is not taking responsibility. She's blaming this on alcohol. About the cop, she wants to apologize to him. And yeah, he called him a cocksucker. So yeah, you probably owe him a sorry at least. And then, given that you had at least 5 drinks, do you think it's possible that your body was just reacting to the alcohol in your bloodstream? I really don't know. I don't know what to think. I know my limits. I'm a bartender. I didn't feel wasted walking in. And then they essentially eliminated any aspect from her Phil 17 job. Again, I don't care. I don't think she should be fired. She knew she was going to be fired because companies don't just keep you around like this after a similar incident. So they're not going to just keep you. So again, realize that your termination probably is coming. It's just a matter of when and I guess what does she do next? Does she, maybe throw in a job application at the Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia? But yeah, you don't act like an asshole in a show or else you get kicked out. I've performed on a couple open mics, so I know how it is being up there. Not in the same regard as doing like a theater show or a small club show for a well-known comedian, but act responsible. Give the person up on stage the respect to I guess just shut the fuck up. And they're talking. When the person with the microphone is talking, you are quiet. And again, this should be the golden rule for when you go to the comedy club. If they ask you a question, sure, you can talk. They address you, sure, you could say something. But that's only if you are addressed or are asked. Don't just think, oh, I'm going to add to the show. This is going to be hilarious. It usually 100% of the time is not hilarious. It's just embarrassing. And, then the performer in the club tell you to get the fuck out. Just like this woman who, don't be like Colleen. I think that's her name, Colleen. Anyway, wrapping up.